Chelsea are having a brilliant season so far in the Premier League. Indeed, the Blues are flying high and they sitting second in the table right now. However, while the team is performing brilliantly, some players aren't too pleased at Stamford Bridge right now. With such a bloated squad, not every player is getting the minutes they deserve. Christopher Nkunku is apparently unhappy with his game time, and Nkunku has been linked to Manchester United recently. Mykhailo Mudryk is another player who isn't getting much game time right now, and headlines were made this week when Bayern Munich's Max Eberl admitted that he was a fan of Mudryk. However, according to Toby Alchafel, speaking on the FC Bayern Insider podcast, a move to Munich isn't on the cards for Mudryk. Bayern Munich not in for Mykhailo Mudryk. According to Alchafel, Bayern Munich aren't in for Mudryk. However, the journalist did note that Max Eberl is well aware of the player, but the interest in Mudryk isn't concrete at this point. You've already mentioned it a bit. The Ukrainian colleagues jumped on it as soon as they had the chance to ask. And this rumor is Bayern want Mudryk from Chelsea. Is that true or not true? Alchafel was asked. That is not true, Alchafel said. I briefly touched on it earlier. It was the topic of the Ukrainian journalists at the press conference the day before. Ebert says he's an outstanding player. He has contract with Chelsea until 2031 and cost a lot of money. Of course, we are watching the market. Of course, he's an outstanding player. But at the moment, it's just a rumor. So Eberl denies that there is concrete interest, concrete negotiations. But he is already very well informed about the player, let's put it that way. Mykhailo Mudryk stats for Chelsea. If Mudryk is offered the chance to move to Bayern Munich, he needs to take this opportunity. Indeed, the Ukrainian just hasn't made the grade at Chelsea, and his stats for the club so far show that. Mudryk isn't even playing much for Chelsea these days. He's started just one league game all season, and he's very much not in Enzo Maresca's preferred 11 at this point. Unfortunately for Mudryk, Bayern Munich's interest in his services isn't concrete right now, but that could change. Indeed, there could be a shake-up at Bayern in the near future in the wide areas. Leroy Sane has been linked to Arsenal, while Newcastle were linked with Serge Gnabry in the summer. Bayern Munich may need to change their wide options in the near future, and if that is indeed the case, Mudryk could be a player they look towards as Eberl is a noted fan of the Chelsea ace.